so I gather that's me. Delighted to be back again, see so many familiar faces. Canadian Business and Profit has been involved with this organisation now for a number of years. And while I've had the pleasure of originally working with Andy, and then with working with Fred, and we're really looking forward to working with Joanne again this year. Been only involved for about 5 years. The growth has been such that the Prime Minister actually jumped on his plane and popped down to make a major announcement at your awards. Unfortunately, I wasn't there, which is rather embarrassing because I was meant to be co-chair because I was very ill at the time. Last year, which was Association of Chinese Canadian Entrepreneurs, a community in business actually says it all. This is a community that just not only works within its own realms, but has now expanded right across Canada, and as I said, has the attention of even the Prime Minister. So I think that everybody here that has been involved, and I'm still fairly new, should really be congratulated for the fantastic job that they've done. Now, you've heard enough about me and how much I think how great this organisation is. So I'd like now to introduce the Minister. And I was just talking to him, and I actually said to him, because I had the honour of being with the Ontario government from 80 to 86 in London, as you probably gather by the accent, as a commercial counsellor. I had a great time there. In those days it was called the Ministry of Industry and Trade, then the Industry of Trade Technology, then Industry, Trade, Technology and Tourism. And I think we went back to the Ministry of Industry and Trade. But whatever it was, it did a phenomenal job around the world, and I'm glad to see that we're now opening up offices everywhere. But representing the government at the moment, most successfully having been a businessman himself, is the Honourable Harinder Thakkar. He's the Minister of Small Business and Entrepreneurship. And let's face it, what are we talking about at the moment is entrepreneurship and small businesses that will become big businesses one day. Now, Mr. Harinder Takal was sworn in, the first Minister of Small Business and Entrepreneurship, on May the 23rd, 2006. He's no stranger to the small business sector, having held leadership positions in several Canadian companies, including Agra Industries Limited, Linear Technology Inc., Genum Corporation, and Timex Canada. He served as President and CEO of Chalmers Group of Companies until his election to the Ontario Legislature in October 2003. He's a tireless volunteer and community supporter, and in fact he received the 2001 Community Service Award from the Society of Management Accountants of Ontario for demonstrating selflessness and kindness for the benefits of society. He is also a founding member of the International Punjabi Chamber of Commerce, and he also holds a master's degree in economics and political science. He also has an undergraduate degree in English, which is, I'm having a bit of trouble with this morning. Sore throat, that's what I'm putting it down to. Economics and political science. He's also a fellow of the Society of Management Accountants of Canada. Please welcome Minister of Small Business and Entrepreneurship, Harinder Takal.
Yeah, thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. As a Minister of Small Business and Entrepreneurship, it is my pleasure really to be with you to launch the 11th edition of the Chinese Canadian Entrepreneurship Awards. Small business is the backbone of Ontario's economy, and I want to tell you a little bit what that really translates into. We have about 340,000 registered businesses in Ontario, and 99% of them are small businesses. So that means is, they employ less than 500 people. And if you translate it further or look at the data further, 97% of them actually employ less than 100 people. So small businesses are really, really important to our province, and I'm so glad to see that associations like that recognize not only small businesses but also recognize the women entrepreneurs, the young entrepreneurs, and even the large businesses. So the small businesses actually provide more than 50% of total employment in our province, and for that matter in the country, and also all new jobs, 65% to 75% of all the new jobs that created by the small business. So this sector is very, very important to us. And we have been pretty successful in this sector, and it is because of the large part of the hardworking entrepreneurs that we have seen success in this sector. And Ontario's Chinese Canadian entrepreneurs have done so much to contribute to the prosperity of our small business community. According to my numbers, between 1990 and 2000, Chinese entrepreneurs invested about $443 million and created more than 10,000 jobs in this province. The nomination drive is a great way to showcase some of Ontario's most innovative, dedicated, and successful Chinese Canadian entrepreneurs. It is such a fitting time to launch this year's nomination period. After all, October is the Salute to Small Business Month. Some of Ontario's most innovative and dedicated small business owners have been recognized through media and local events across the province. This award ceremony gives Chinese Canadian entrepreneurs a chance to shine and the opportunity to showcase their successful business and innovative ideas. And I actually had the chance to meet some of the entrepreneurs, very successful entrepreneurs in fact, and they found a really good niche that we all need to actually take some of those the products that they do out. As a former small business owner myself, I know the challenge that the entrepreneurs face when trying to grow a business in a new country. That is why I am extremely pleased that by working together, the ACCE and our government have kindled a close working relationship with the vibrant Chinese community. And in my own riding, I have a large Chinese community in my own riding. For the past few years, the province has sponsored the Award of Merit. And I am very pleased that my ministry is sponsoring this award in 2007. Last year, the GIHA's recipient of this honor Their business, Great Mountain Ginseng, was founded in 1989 and now is one of the largest ginseng retailers in Canada. They emphasize that their success would not have been possible without Ontario's exceptional weather and soil conditions, which produces the highest quality of ginseng in the world. Like them, more and more hardworking entrepreneurs are recognizing that Ontario is the best place to start business. I'm sure that the nominees of this year's award ceremony will feel the same. I encourage everyone to nominate the great businesses for the 2007 awards. Being nominated is a great accomplishment on its own right. The Government of Ontario, thank you for your hard work and contribution to this great province. And I want to take this opportunity to especially thank the ACCE and its partners for organizing this year's nomination drive. The Chinese Canadian Entrepreneurs Awards have become a very popular one in the community. And the speaker before me said that the Prime Minister came for the event last year. And that shows the growing significance of the Chinese community and their entrepreneurs in this country. I am confident the 2007 edition will be a huge success. So let the search begin, and I want to take this opportunity to wish you all good luck, and I hope that we will have great entries. Thank you.
I'm Joanna Low, the President of the Association of Chinese Canadian Entrepreneurs. Thank you for all your presence today. Also, thank you for Ministry of Small Business and Entrepreneurship to let us have such a nice venue and stay up to help we have a good media conference today. I want to thank Norman for the introduction and also thank you for Ministry for the welcome remark. This year is the 11th year of the award, and last year, as Norman and also our Ministry said, we are really honored that Prime Minister Stephen Harper show up on our event, and hopefully he will come this year again. So now let me introduce Catherine Sweet. She's the Chairperson, President, and CEO of Canadian Federation of Independent Business. She is also a co-chair of our Chinese Canadian Entrepreneurs 2007. And let's have Catherine to say a few words to us.
Thank you very much, Joanna. Well, once again, it's my pleasure to be here. I was trying to think of how long CFIB had been associated with this group. It's at least 6 or 7 years, and I was very pleased to co-chair the awards last year, and delighted to be asked to do it again. So I guess I didn't screw it up too badly. I wasn't aware actually that the minister was an economist, and I also am an economist. And I know there's a number of accountants here, and I know economists have been defined as people that like working with numbers, but who don't have the charisma to be accountants. So I thought we should say that up front. CFIB, I just wanted, for those of you that might not be familiar with the organization that I head up, we are the largest business group in Canada. We have roughly about 108,000 small and medium-sized firms across the country, every sector, every region of the country. And we happen to be celebrating our 35th year, actually, this year in business. So we've been celebrating with a number of events. And actually, I have one with the Prime Minister next week to recognize that 35th year. And of course, over all that time, we've seen the role of entrepreneurs in Canada grow phenomenally. And it has really benefited our country hugely. We actually have a higher proportion of entrepreneurs, small and medium-sized firms in Canada than the US and many other countries. And it has been one of the key things that's kept our economy healthy and flexible in the challenging times that we all face with heightened international competition. And also our job creation, as the Minister alluded to, has been phenomenal. Tops in the G8 countries. And it has, again, been the small, medium-sized business sector that has been behind most of that. Also, of course, we're a nation of immigrants in Canada. We all know that. I'm a first-generation Canadian. And what we've seen is succeeding people that have been new to Canada, immigrants, but also generations after them, have added greatly to our entrepreneurial culture. And of course, our Chinese Canadian entrepreneurs have been a very significant and positive force in this trend. And again, people have alluded to the fact that the Prime Minister attended the event earlier this year, and that was clearly a reinforcement of his view as to how important he believes the sector to be, and of course also his move to finally rectify some problems with that outrageously terrible head tax many years ago was welcome and long overdue. The increasing importance, of course, of China to the global economy means that I think there's a special opportunity for Chinese-Canadian entrepreneurs to forge links to help both Canada and China mutually benefit from the massive growth we're seeing in the Chinese economy, but also the health of the Canadian economy. We've been happy to see in the last little while at the federal level of government, we've been working very hard with the still relatively new government. There has been a very positive small business focus. People like Jim Flaherty, the finance minister, were actually formerly CFIB members, and we always find that very positive when we go into meet, and we've got somebody that's already really up the learning curve. And indeed, we saw their first federal budget to date was very positive for small firms, and they adopted a number of recommendations that actually we had been making for years, and we were happy to see them finally put into law, and that will be a huge benefit to our small business community and to our Canadian economy as a whole. As I mentioned, we've been associated with ACCE for many years now. We look forward to many more successful years of collaboration with your dynamic and interesting group. We don't believe that entrepreneurship can ever be celebrated enough. We tend to see the headlines tend to be big corporations this, big corporations that, and that's understandable, that's important too. But we really do have to celebrate our very important and dynamic entrepreneurial sector in Canada and realize that we're really a lot more entrepreneurial than sometimes we give ourselves credit for. So I want to wish you all the best for your 11th year. Look forward to working with you over the next few months as we prepare for the gala and the awards.
Now I would like to introduce Benjamin. He's a founding partner and executive vice president of ACCE Technology. He was a past winner of the Chinese Canadian Entrepreneurs Award, the best startup in 1998. And he is also a co-chair of our nomination committee. So I would like Benjamin come up to say about our nomination process and the procedures.
I have found that they say that Canadians are a very modest bunch, and I found that over the years being part of the nomination, that certainly includes Chinese. And so that's sort of our challenge I put out to everyone in terms of seeking out the success stories in the community to bring out. Because certainly this year, 2006, has been a milestone year. We've celebrated the 10th anniversary. We put out the success stories of past winners. Some of the books are outlined at the tables. And certainly, entrepreneurship is just not about entrepreneurship. It's really about the people that are behind the stories. And that being a past winner, I have the opportunity to have met many of these people, and I really appreciated the challenges that they experienced in getting to where they are now. And they certainly look forward with zeal and passion to what they're going to experience further, because they know that the path is not going to be easy, but they're up to the challenge. And also, as a past award winner, I realized that there is no free lunch here, because I've been part of the nomination committee for quite a number of years, and as much as we all put into the awards, I found that we get more out of it, just because of the fact that we've got an experience to work with such a wonderful group of people who share the common vision of celebrating the entrepreneurial spirit, and really this is what it's all about, and to cultivate a new generation of leaders. I guess I've gone through that slide. Okay, there are 7 award categories for this year, and the Best International Business Award was launched a couple of years ago, and I would have to say that it's been very successful. I would like to thank many of these sponsors that have been with the awards for many years, and welcome the new ones that's been with us for only a few years into the ACCE Awards family. And you'll certainly get to hear from many of them over the course of this press conference. I've found that over the years that there is a good ratio of men and women, and that's been really wonderful to see. And of course, we also see a good age range of nominees. It ranges from young to younger. So, and started, I would say, over the past 3 years, we've had a very strong outreach to different industry sectors. So many of the nominees that's been coming in, and when you see from the past winners, we're not limited to one industry. We're not limited to manufacturing or technology, who seem to sometimes dominate the news. But you're going to see a lot of different companies from hospitality, from entertainment, and we're going to try to continue those efforts to outreach to different industries right across the board. The average number of nominees that's been coming in has ranged between 30 to 40. And although that's not a very high number, I would have to say that the quality of each of the nominees has been very strong. So it hasn't been an easy task for the judging panel to select 7 winners, because they're all winners, really. So these dates are very important to take down. October 20th, is that today? It is today. Okay, to December the 4th. And those are the dates for the nomination period. And that you should really open up your Rolodex, open up your Blackberries, your Palm Pilots. We have so many tools today that there's really no excuse not to send in at least one nomination. I mean, if everyone in this room sent in one nomination, the judging panel would be very busy. I would have to say that from past experience, the bulk of the nominees have come in the last 2 weeks. But I encourage everyone to start today, really look for the success stories out in the community, wherever they may be, in Ontario that is, and send them in, because that's what we're looking for. Nomination submissions can be sent in to the address that you see here, and also by email. And I think we're missing a fax number there, but it might be on the nomination sheets as well. And we're trying to really make a better effort to recognize the nominators, because these are key people that are part of the process. And without their efforts, without their help, we wouldn't have a strong pool of nominees to judge from. In the past, we found that nominees have dropped out for several reasons, because sometimes they change their mind, or their modesty overtakes them, and they just can't stand being on stage. Or they haven't provided all their documents. So all that process is something to keep in mind when you go out and you speak to the different businesses and companies out there, that they should be ready for something like this. It's not an investigation by any means. It's really to try to judge who is the best and who is really deserving of this kind of recognition. Over the years, we really have to applaud the efforts and credit the judging panel, because they really work hard. As soon as we send in the documents, they start reviewing the documents, and they start conducting different types of interviews necessary to really filter out down to 7 distinct winners in 7 different categories. And that's not an easy thing to do, especially when you have very successful companies to choose from. So I don't envy the task of the judging panel, and I'm glad where I am. So here's another important date to take down, Saturday, March 24th, and that is the presentation gala for the 2007 Entrepreneur Awards. The wonderful thing about this gala is, besides getting together with a wonderful group of people, great company, great food, I see the awards gala as actually a rite of passage through spring. And so it's certainly an event that I look forward to every year. And here are some important phone numbers to keep in mind. So as of now, I would like to put out the official call for nominations and encourage everyone to get those sheets out and start giving in the companies.
Now, I'd like to introduce our 2006 Entrepreneurs of the Year She's the co-founder, CEO, and Chief Scientific Officer of CME Technology. CME Technology has recently graduated to the Toronto Stock Exchange from the TSX Venture Exchange, and also just officially launched Halifax in the United States. Let's welcome you.
Good morning, Minister, honorable guests. It is a great honor for me to be here today as last year's winner of the Association's Entrepreneur of the Year Award. This is a prestigious program and an important way for the Chinese community of Canada to showcase its achievement and hopefully inspire others to pursue their hopes and dreams. The ACCE is to be congratulated for its mission to promote and recognize the contribution of entrepreneurship in the Chinese community. This peer recognition was what really made it such a thrill for me to win last year. Thank you all for, particularly to the executives and the judging panel once again. One of the other important goals of the association is to encouraging entrepreneurship and to strengthening the competitiveness of Chinese Canadian business in the global marketplace. Since my win last year, I'm really pleased to update you that our company now, as introduced and now listed in the Toronto Stock Exchange, and the market share right now goes into $400 million. So we are very, very proud this year. We also launched our lead product, Code FX, into the United States. And this is now, Code FX is now available for sale in all the leading pharmacy stores and in the United States. So I was very proud the last couple of weeks when I walked in there in New York, the Fifth Avenue and Broadway. Our products presenting along with other leading code products. So it's very proud. Thank you. As probably some of you learned that we have entered into a partnership with the NHL and NHL Association, Players Association. And we have one of the greatest hockey players, Mark Messier, to help us in the U.S. launching. And Mark Messier is a hockey legend and also recognized one of the greatest and the professional athletes in the world in all time. So we are very, very proud to have a Mark, and who is a strong believer of our product and has been using that for more than 10 years. I think the lesson here for the entrepreneurs is the realization that relationship and partnership really form the basis of any company. Establishing your company with integrity and innovation and sound business practice in a culture of openness can pay dividends in the future. With this solid foundation, your company and our companies can adapt successfully as conditions changes and the market expands. I know my Chinese heritage has played a significant part in my company's business success. The value of integrity, hard work, and a passion were instilled in me in a very early age. This is my new home. I'm most fortunate to see my dream realized in my new home here in Canada, and which has offered such terrific opportunities. I would urge everyone to continue to support and promote Chinese Canadian entrepreneurship. This award recognizes the hard work and a vision of successful individuals who are contributing to the future of economic success of Canada itself. And I pledge my support to this worthwhile cause and encouraging everyone to contribute to the nomination process for this year's award. Once again, it's been a real pleasure to meet with you again. And I received such a great honor as last year's winner. Congratulations again on all of your effort for the Chinese Canadian community. Thank you.
very shortly after the event, are we going to do this again? And it took about 5 minutes for my colleagues and I to say absolutely. The Canadian Chamber of Commerce and the Business Development Bank 27 years ago started Small Business Week in Canada to honor the contribution of Canadian entrepreneurs to our economy nationally. And I think it's wonderful that we're having this media conference here this week to talk about the contribution that Chinese Canadian entrepreneurs have made and will make in the future. But back to why did we decide to entrepreneurs is such a dynamic, energetic, just an organization that it's a pleasure to be associated with. From all of the people that we've got to know recently, from the people we've known for a little longer, with business dealings, this was the place to be, and we felt very comfortable returning. And lastly, but by no means least, was the partnership that's very obvious with the other sponsors. That's also something that is very important and clearly shows everybody's respect and recognition of the awards, as indeed our Prime Minister's presence last year did turn out. So we're delighted to be involved, as I say, as this year's title sponsor again. To Benjamin and his crew, much success in generating many nominations. We will do our best to assist. And to all of you, I echo his words. Anything we can do to continue to maximize the number of nominations and increase and maximize the profile of Chinese Canadian entrepreneurs and their contribution would be wonderful. So thank you all. It's a pleasure to be here.
Please welcome the representative from IBM, Ms. Rebecca Liu, co-chair of East Asian Network Group.
Good morning, everyone. It's my pleasure to represent IBM Canada today. What helps drive innovation? That's a question that a corporate initiative just asked us, in fact. Well, at IBM, we believe that it's diversity that drives innovation. And we realize that innovation occurs when we recognize and value each of our unique differences. That is what makes us special. IBM was built on a foundation of diversity where every individual participates to achieve business success in an inclusive environment, which is open, collaborative, and global. In fact, having an inclusive environment is one of the key characteristics that IBM employees like most about our company. And at IBM, we recognize that our broad range of knowledge, skills, and cultural understanding helps us connect better with one another, our clients, and everyone we work with. It helps us inspire more creative new ideas and ventures, as well as provides fresh perspectives needed to create winning solutions and deliver excellence. Consequently, innovative leaders emerge from any and all backgrounds. Fostering such a diverse, inclusive environment is crucial for IBM to keep driving innovation. Supporting organizations outside of IBM that share a similar vision by celebrating their innovative success. Well, I think we can all believe that it'll spark even more innovation throughout the global community. Thus, I'm honored to represent IBM Canada in announcing its support of the Chinese Canadian Entrepreneur Awards ceremony for the 10th year in a row, and most especially our sponsoring for the Most Innovative Award for 2007. Thank you.
The next is the Best Community Service Award. This is sponsored by Mingpao Daily News. Mingpao is an award sponsor since day one. Let us welcome Ms. Daphne Chin, Senior Marketing Executive, Commercial and Community Affairs.
My name is Daphne Chin. Doesn't work. Yeah. On behalf of Mingpao Daily News, I would like to applaud the most recent award winners to their remarkable achievements. We believe that successful entrepreneurs can contribute to their communities and inspire others to achieve more. So being the most read Chinese newspaper in Toronto, Mingpao Daily News is very honored, again, to be the sponsor of the Best Community Service Award for the upcoming 2007 Chinese Entrepreneur Award. I'd like to take this opportunity to encourage and welcome all Chinese Canadians entrepreneurs to share their successful stories with us, as we share the stories to our readers every day like this. Yeah, this is our newspaper. I recognize some of you are the main characters in our feature stories, just like Dr. Jacqueline San. She was in our newspaper in the feature story like a few years ago. That was very inspiring story to a new immigrant like me. we hope more stories will be discovered from the next award ceremony. Together, let's make a difference. By the way, Minpao is launching a winter food drive for the Daily Bread Food Bank in our office. When you stop by to visit us, remember to support us to feed the hungers. Thank you.
Sponsored by Minson Partners. Minson Partner has been supporting the award for a number of years. Please write a memorial article on that.
I'm very proud to be here this morning to represent Minson Partners in its 6th year as a sponsor for the Canadian Chinese Entrepreneur Awards. Through this association, we're able to pay tribute to the entrepreneurs in Canada and help them in their success. As leader of the manufacturing team at Minson Partners, I'm very happy to have pulled together people from within our firm to help manufacturing companies across Canada succeed both locally and globally. And today we work with more than 100 manufacturing clients that range from $3 million to $140 million in revenue. I know we talked earlier about the award dealing with all sorts of companies. My heart is really with the manufacturers here in Canada, especially in these trying times. We're also expanding our expertise to deal with the People's Republic of China. We recently held a seminar entitled Passport to China, How Manufacturers Can Seize Opportunities in China. In terms of the Association of Canadian Chinese Entrepreneurs, Minson Partners is proud to announce that we are going to continue our sponsorship in 2007 for the award for the Best Startup Company. Our ongoing association with this award reflects how highly we regard those people who are driven by the entrepreneurial spirit. Our association with ACCE is not limited to this sponsorship. Minson Partners works closely with the ACCE, contributing newsletter articles and presenting seminars, each with a focus on helping entrepreneurs to succeed. We're also pleased to hear that Joanna Lowe, a manager at Minson Partners, has been elected president of ACCE for 2007. Joanna has been with Minson Partners since 1996 and has been an esteemed advisor to entrepreneurs for all those years. She's also following in some familiar footsteps. Many of you know Andy Yap, a tax partner with our firm, who served as president for ACCE from 2002 to 2004. So our close association with the Chinese Canadian community is very important to Minson Partners, and I would personally like to express our thanks to ACCE for allowing us to share in the success of this organization. I look forward to seeing all of you at the award dinner, and I'd like to wish all the nominees the best of luck. Thank you.
The Best International Business Award sponsor is Export Development Canada. This year's Best International Business Award accepts nominations across Canada. So please welcome Ms. Ruth Walker-Gill, Vice President of Export Development Canada.
Say good afternoon, everyone. At least my one, yes, okay. So EDC is Export Development Canada. Some of you may know us. We're an export credit agency, which is a federal crown agency. And we were thrilled 3 years ago when we had a little negotiation with the ACCE about the possibility of establishing this Best International Award. And it's the professionalism of this association that's helped us grow that award, and we're very proud to be able to announce our renewal of the sponsorship again this year. So we're thrilled for you. We're especially delighted to know that you're prepared to take and accept nominations from across Canada, which I think will become a foundation for more growth as you consider how to encourage and inspire other Chinese entrepreneurs in Canada. One of the things you may not know about us is, despite some of the headlines around some of the major companies that we support, like aircraft companies, things like that, in actual fact at EDC, 91% of the companies we serve are small businesses. And we like to think that we know quite a bit about how to be helpful to small businesses. But our niche really is how to do better at trading. So that our services are based on 3 things. Insurance for accounts receivable, so that if you don't get paid, our insurance will help ensure the cash flow is still protected. Secondly, we provide performance guarantees, which is a bond on your ability to do what you say you would with your offshore client. And so those guarantees are easily provided through our services, and we work with the banks to do that. And thirdly, we provide financing so that your buyers outside of Canada will be encouraged to buy more from you. So that's how we work. It's quite simple. There are those three basic services. And our job in working with the Chinese entrepreneur community is to help your businesses know more about EDC and the services we offer. And some of you as companies know a little bit about us, but what we'd really like to do in future years is to make sure you know how much we can do for you.
Just want to give credit to Norman Morris of dreaming up this idea. We had dinner one night last fall and talked about new ideas, and he came up with his Lifetime Achievement Award. And it became a reality when we presented it in our 10th anniversary award this past April. Now it's going to the second year. The purpose of this award is to recognize a Chinese Canadian who in his or her lifetime has provided the following: vision and leadership, business excellence, humanitarianism through community service, and inspiration and motivation to others. This award is open for nomination from across Canada. And in fact, our first winner was from Vancouver. There's a nomination form which you can find on the website, which you can fill out. The nomination deadline is February 5th, 2007. So it's a little bit different from the other awards. And the selection process is also a little bit different from the judging process of the other awards. All applicants and applications will be reviewed by a selection committee made up of community leaders, board members and advisors of ACCE, and chaired by the president of ACCE. Unlike the other awards, in which the winner will be officially announced on the night of the awards, the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award will be notified by the end of February of 2007. All applications will be kept on file and considered in the future. So being Lifetime Achievement Award, meaning that once you're nominated and considered, it doesn't mean that we have to get new ones each year. New ones will take each year, but the old ones we're going to keep on file because they'll be reconsidered year after year. All this cannot happen without a sponsor. So I'd like to call upon Mr. John Mann, Vice President of RBC Royal Bank, who's a sponsor of the Lifetime Achievement Awards, to say a few words. John?
Good afternoon, everyone. I came back to Toronto about 8 years, and I've been involved with ACCE for 7 years. I still recall each July, around this time or sometime later, Wilbur always called me and said, John, you have to include the ACCE budget in your budget to the bank. So I really have seen the award night has been doing much better year after year. I want to congratulate all the chairperson, the event chair, co-chairs, and board members for such a great success. May I suggest you all to give them a big hand? It is a real honor for RBCFG once again to be the sponsor of the Lifetime Achievement Award and also the sponsor of the PAN cocktail. We do want to thank ACCE for giving RBCFG this great opportunity and wish ACCE another success. Thank you.
This group is going to be expanding anyway. Hey, do you want to join in anyway? Karen, have we got all the sponsors? Let's get all the sponsors. Hey, this is super. We're moving up. Let's get up.
Yeah, it's right up to the
So it's good to have you guys here. Yeah, okay.
點解我唔知料？Long may 咧？
Yeah, Karen.
Oh, my daughter's off to university.
Somebody's going to have to help us up.
Oh, what?
One more.
感觉的话，就是说不要。
I'm gonna send you an email. I guess I can reach you at this email.
Yes, absolutely.
好，講埋我哋。係咪要訪問我哋講嘢？
不要老抱怨。对，我自己的亲身体会，可能这个跟我们新移民都有很相同的地方，一个是文化的隔阂。还有刚开始的这个社会上的一些事情不大适应，所以这个可能就是在刚开始1-2年的功夫的话会觉得比较有困难，但是呢也是说也可以克服的，就是说有带着我们这种开放的思想，我们中国人都很就新移民的一般都是很勤劳吃苦耐劳这种精神，就是会克服这种困难的一个。我觉得就是说，一个语言上面一定要花一点功夫，语言上面要适合，还有一种开放的精神去融合多元文化，就是讲不好，在中国讲话我觉得我自己的这个路子很对了，因为我从小的愿望就是说要成为一个要做药理学方面的，还有生理学方面的，所以我受的教育很多年的话，就是给了我一些基础啦，就是可以创造出很好的产品一直是想创造产品呢，是可以促进人民的健康吧。从那一方面的话走向商业的话，实际上也是个很自然的事情，因为这个产品出来的话不仅仅说是一个科研的成果，我觉得如果能够给人类带来造福嘛，可以提高人的健康的话所以我就是想把这个产品带给大家使大家可以运用，可以提高大家的健康。所以呢，这个过程实际上是一个就是商业的过程所以我觉得有很坚实的科学基础就说把这个产品开发出来的话，开发市场出来的话，并不是很冲突的，给我就是从我的科研上面来讲。将来的路途是很我也有的时候我也会想想我将来的路程。一个是就是我们这个企业呢，觉得还是刚刚起步所以的话，我们现在是刚刚打出加拿大市场走向美国我的愿望是有一天呢把它带到全球还有一个就是说，最终的话，我的real passion 呢，还是我的科研方面的事。就最终一天呢，还是我希望能回到实验室里面可以专心的做一些研究，可以带出就是说创造出更好的那个产品出来。这个走向非常好，因为 Bill Gates 是很好的一个榜样了因为他的创业精神就是说创建了就世界上可能是one of 最成功的企业他现在呢就是说把他的这个创造的财富是利用他把他的时间花在就是说慈善事业，是怎么解决人类的健康事业，运用他的这个巨大的财富我想他这种路子的话是非常好的，对可以运用做这种成功的，就是说在事业上成功的人士的话，这是一种很好的我们叫 ACCE plan。